I'm going to explain Whirling Slash, which is the first skill gem that you get with the Huntress. And it has two components. First is a melee attack, second is the whirlwind here. The melee attack, you can see it's an AoE. It deals damage around the character, like the 180 degree, I would say. And it generates a whirlwind, like this. The whirlwind has no duration. As long as you are inside the whirlwind, it will stay alive like this. You can fight inside. I view it a bit like an arena, and as soon as you go outside of the whirlwind, it explodes like this. The word here is collapses, and that will do a knockback and do damage to the enemies. The melee attack has a knockback, and the whirlwind also has a knockback. You can see here the damage of the whirlwind. That's when it collapses. 60% base damage, but that increases with the stages. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. When you are at stage 3, you add 150% more damage per stage, so stage 3 is plus 300% damage, which means that the 60% damage, base damage here becomes 250% damage. Also, the size of the whirlwind, you can see here base is 1.8 meters, but you add more radius, plus 3 radius per additional stage, so you can increase it to a much bigger size like this. Now, when you do the whirlwind, there is 3 effects. The first effect is a slow here, slow enemies when they are within the whirlwind. Second effect is a blind here, so the blind reduces the accuracy and the evasion. Here it says it lasts 4 seconds unless otherwise specified, and that is a skill that falls under the otherwise specified because the effect lasts as long as the enemies are within the whirlwind. And the last effect, if you go here, you click on whirlwind, you will see that the whirlwind can get an effect from the elemental ground. Now, for example, if there is ignited ground, it will become a fire whirlwind, dealing damage, fire damage. For the elemental grounds, there is a lot of skills with the Huntress that you can use. We'll show you here on the spear. For example, explosive spear, you have ignited ground, here chilled ground, here shocked ground. So you can do all of the elements to have whirlwinds of the corresponding element. Now I am just showing, I am inside the whirlwind. As long as I stay there, the enemies have the blind and the slow. But if I go outside, bam, collapse, deals damage, does a knockback. And it's a skill that you can also use when running away like this. You can see I'm going in the opposite direction. Now, full stage, bam. For the support gems, I think you probably don't want to focus on damage here, more on effects. And one thing that you can get, encumbrance to increase the slow on the enemies when they are within the storm. That could be good. If we remove the recommended gems, I think anything that increases the size of the storm so that it becomes a bigger arena to fight the enemies within it is going to be good. So you have a magnified effect here, 30% more AoE. You have a reach here. I think that could be very good also. 35% more AoE, so it becomes more bigger than with magnified effect. You could combine them both. And here the malus, so that you have 80% less accuracy ratings. It will only impact the melee attack here, which is not the main consideration for the skill, so it has no negative effect for the whirlwind itself. So I think you could probably combine both here to have a much bigger whirlwind. Another thing that you could look at here, since Whirling Slash has 2 knockback components, one here, one here, you could look at super gems that make knockback better. So here you have a 40% more knockback distance, and here, this one here, when you do a knockback on the enemies, they will get a debuff, easy target, which means that the next attack that you deal on the enemy that has the easy target debuff will deal more damage, so that could be good also. Thanks for watching.